Hello everyone, welcome to the Saturday edition of This Day. It is Saturday, June 27th. Here I am at the desk, and we've got a great show for you. Hope you're having a good Saturday. We're going to get right to it, though, because we have lots to talk about on the show, and we're going to be welcoming the folks from Vasco Assets. We're going to welcome Benny Moore and Ari Moore. They're going to be talking about kind of what you can do in terms of increasing wealth, sell some assets you might have. They do all sorts of things with straight-up sales. They do commissioning. They do all sorts of things. So we're going to talk about that with them and a lot more. And then later in the program, South Orange County Community College District Trustee Marcia Milcher is going to be here, and she's going to be talking to us about the Emeritus program right here in our area, as well as all the things that are offered over at Saddleback College and Irvine Valley College for anybody that wants to participate in higher education and just keeping in contact with the community. So there you go. We'll be talking about that. Right now, though, we want to keep you informed, and 4th of July is just around the corner. And as a reminder, Village Management Services office will be closed on Friday, July 3rd in observance of Independence Day. And transportation will operate on the holiday demand response schedule with no fixed route service. Plan a Ride will be available from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Boost service will run from 7 to 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Trash pickup remains on its normal schedule, and no contractor work is permitted on Saturday, July 4th. For holiday facility hours and additional details, you can go ahead and visit the Village website. All right, that being said, let's check our weather as we head toward Saturday and the 4th of July. We got some nice weather on tap for the rest of this weekend and into next week. We're going to be in the low to mid 70s for most of it. Today we're going to get up to 72 degrees and partly sunny skies after the clouds clear up. And that's going to be the pattern really for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going to be, some morning clouds and then sunny and mild, sunny and nice, sunny and mild, as you can see there on there. We got overnight temperatures in the upper 50s and mid 50s, so really cool overnights and nice, pleasant days. So get out there and enjoy the sun as we head towards the 4th of July. Sunrise, sunset, we've got a beautiful picture from this one. This is the pier in Old Orchard Beach in Maine. Thank you very much, Tom Partridge, for sending us this picture. Sunrise this morning was 5:43. Sunset tonight is going to be 8:05. If you have a picture you'd like to send us, we'd love to see it. Come on now, here's how you do it. Email it, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to the folks from Vasco Assets. Stay with us.
Welcome to Adapt to It, your neighborhood resource for all your home medical supplies. For over 20 years, we've helped Laguna Woods stay safe, prevent falls, and remain independent. We're here for all your needs throughout the day. When you can't change it, adapt to it.
And welcome back to the show. I want to welcome from Vasco Assets, the first time being here, Ari and Benny Moore. Gentlemen,
Nice
thanks
to
for
meet you.
joining us.
Thank
Father-son team.
Yes.
You guys have been doing this for a little while. So tell me about Vasco Assets for people who may not have heard of you guys. What is it that you do in general? And we'll get to some specifics in a second.
So, Vasco Asset is a private fund. And basically, does deal in every aspect of luxury. When I say luxury, it can be exotic cars, high-end watches, diamond, branded jewelry, regular jewelry, precious metals, and so on. Basically, what we do is we offer several alternatives to people who seek some funds, and they do not know that basically in their portfolio, they have luxury. They're worth a lot of money, correct? When you do your chart, you don't know if it's on the negative or on the positive, but all of a sudden you have a lot of money. If you invested in gold many years ago, you triple your money, correct? So we are here to give a solution for people for all kinds of reasons. Whether people need money to finance colleges, medical bills, remodeling, however, whatever they need the money for. Or they want to have a loan. We offer line of credits. We offer regular loans. We are like an alternative bank. and that's what we do. Or we'll buy it outright, give them the maximum, educate them, help them go through the evaluation, and come to a solution.
Okay.
In long and in short, I tell people ultimately what we do is we help people access the capital within their luxury assets, either temporarily or permanently.
Now, did you grow up watching your dad do this kind of thing and be around the business all the time? Were you running around the shop?
Age 16.
Age 16.
Well, if you want to go even further, in third grade I started going into the office, starting learning the little things here and there. But the first time in the shop, actually working, probably 16.
Age 16, right? And there's obviously in your years of doing this, you guys have knowledge, right? You probably have depth of knowledge in terms of fine, art or maybe Rolex watches and those kinds of things. So you have an expertise in these areas, so you know the buyers for these things, right? And you know how to assess the value of those kinds of things as well, right? So you have a kind of a depth of knowledge in all sorts of assets.
I will tell you, our conglomerate of companies is now 43 years old. So we are not from yesterday. We are international diamond manufacturing, back in the days in Israel, now in India, jewelry manufacturing. We work global. That's basically our work is all over the place. Vasco is more to give solutions inside the US to people who have a need. And combined with our team right now, I can proudly say we have over 100 years of experience.
Okay. So if I walk in and I say, hey, I have maybe a medical thing that popped up and I need some money for that, or I have college expense for a grandchild or child kind of thing, and I walk in and I say, well, what does that assessment look like? Do I come to you guys with kind of a portfolio, or I say, I have investments in gold, I have this house here, or I have this boat, watches, those kinds of things, and you guys kind of take an approach of, here are the things we can do for you?
So very simply, I tell people, when you come in, you can either send us a list ahead of time of assets if you already have it categorized, if you already have it all written out, great, perfect. If you don't know what you have, or you don't even know that you may have old jewelry, that some may be costume jewelry, some may be real jewelry, some you might not even know where it came from. We can sit through and sift through everything free of charge. Take a look at it, make you an offer on the spot, give you the options either for that permanent liquidity, which means just the outright sale, or the temporary liquid, and you will go in and you'll get a loan that way.
Okay, yeah. So you'll say this is valued at X. I will be able to give you Y for this, and if I want to pay it back, those whatever fees are involved in that kind of thing as well, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Luxury now is being commoditized, correct? So gold has a commodity number. It's not me or you or anybody determining what the number. It's an international market. Same thing about diamonds, watches. All of those have strategy of entering in and exiting out. So what we do is basically, if you come and you want, as Aris mentioned, and you want to cash out and you just want to go, it's all the numbers are good for that same day. Usually our offers are for the day because, the market is very volatile. With the geopolitical situation, and it goes up and down like a yo-yo. So we do give it to whatever number is for the day. If it's for a loan, we're basically interjecting kind of projecting what the number will be within a year, within 6 months, within 2 years, depends for how long you want the loan.
How long you want the loan, right.
And we can then be more accurate in the number that we give.
Because depending on what the asset class is, we're going to assign different LTVs to the different items. Certain pieces are going to be based purely on their on their hard values, those precious metal-based items, while, items like watches, who knows where it's going to be exactly in the year. Well, we have a
you can project those out first on how they've accrued value over the years, or maybe they've flattened out.
Correct.
Like a home kind of thing, you can project out what that asset might be worth down the line a little bit, right?
Correct. And it's not just a matter of forecasting what the exact item is going to be. It's also going to be forecasting what the general economic situation is, because certain items have elastic demand, to throw you back to high school economics there, and some have inelastic demand. And so those luxuries that are oftentimes the first to go are the last ones to come back. And certain things that are going to be in harder economic times are going to persist with strong value, especially those things like gold.
Okay. Give me an example of some of like the people you help through kind of life transitions. Like what do people come to you when they're kind of having some sort of transition in life and say, here's what I need right now because I'm changing, I'm going from working to retirement, or I'm going from upsizing to downsizing my home, or whatever those things might be?
Well, there is a point in life that people say, I had enough with purchasing luxury. Means if I am a Porsche guy, or if I want a Patek Philippe as a watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I bought all these watches all over the years. I've had
life takes a different meaning as we get older. And people say, I don't need it anymore. It's not because I'm not going out to all those galas and parties and events and stuff, or I'm mixed in a business. I'm retired. I want to be with my flip-flop, with my shorts. I want to be on a golf course or whatever. So those people coming from a point say, you know what, let me look, how did I do when I went into it, and now what can I get out of it? A lot of people are wanting the money and create new situations for themselves, help their financial independency. Some people, like we have cases that a woman will come with a 10-carat diamond, but she has 2 daughters and 2 daughters-in-law. Who's going to get it?
Who's going to get that right?
So I'll share with you a story. We helped out by buying a 13-carat diamond. We provided 4 3-carat diamonds. Okay, so each one will get the same.
There you go.
And extra cash for it, and walked out. So all of a sudden, you create a solution, everybody is happy. There is no why I got it or why I didn't get it and all of that. So we are coming with many creative ideas to help the client specifically on his case. So we are tailoring solutions.
And do you guys have, is it a relationship? I mean, do you have clients that return and work with you through years and come back for different needs at different times of their lives?
You walked inside our office, you're a customer for life.
Oh, there you go. Explain real quick the difference between if I want to sell something and whether I should just sell it outright or put it on consignment with you guys, because you do both those things, right?
So certain items, there are going to be, your first question you should be asking yourself is, do I need the liquidity immediately, or can I wait for a bigger payoff? Because for immediate liquidity, there's certain payouts that can be made, and those payouts are going to be with the first buyer, not always the best buyer. And certain items, they're going to be the long holds, those items that will sit in consignment, but when they find it, you're going to get a better deal, definitely.
Right. Somebody who really wants that, it wants to sees the value in it and says, this is what I've been looking for, kind of thing.
Exactly. Right? And we find that a lot of times in those watches that are the unique watches, those ones that are one of X number of watches. Those ones are going to be harder to find the buyer for, but when you find the right buyer, they're willing to pay the premium.
What should people know before they walk into your place of business in terms of what should they be thinking about in terms of what they bring to the table, or what common mistakes do folks make?
So what they tend to be thinking about when they're walking in, first of all, you should know, does this have that sentimental value? Number one, if you haven't made that distinction yet, whether it has sentimental value or doesn't have sentimental value, that's when you can confuse yourself.
Right, I'm not sure I want to let go of this just yet. Like maybe I'm not ready, but...
Well, and that's where we provide both the solutions for.
Right.
Because someone who's, I have zero sentimental value for this item. I bought this big gold chain back in the 70s, the 80s, because that was the style then. Well, now gold is high. Now is the time to sell. But you know what? This is my mom's charm bracelet. I don't feel it's the right selling it. You know what? Maybe then a loan is suitable. So that's where you have to distinguish between the two in terms of how you feel about your items. And just even if you don't know what you have, that's what we're here for, to help you know what you have.
All right, that's what they're here for, folks. The folks at Vasco Assets, I want to thank Ari and Benny Moore for coming in today. Thank you guys very much.
Pleasure.
And people can contact you at the website and call you, give you a call, make an appointment, and come on in.
Absolutely.
All right, sounds good. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
What would it feel like to hear better? Many people are trapped in the isolation of poor hearing and don't realize it. Even people that are wearing other hearing aids. No buttons to push or technology to fear. Artificial intelligence and these products do all the work. Don't settle for less. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome back, everybody. I want to welcome Marcia Milchiker. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me today.
And you were reelected in 2022. You've been served for a long time. Let's start with what is it you love so much about serving in this district?
Well, first of all, when I was first elected, I did save the Emeritus Institute. I promised I would, and I saved
good.
it. And I love the Emeritus Institute. It meant so much for the people in Laguna Woods. And it was just devastating that they thought they were going to lose it statewide. So I promised I would save it. And then when I was elected, I got a number of people together, and we got a number of emeritus students to testify at all the hearings, and we saved it. So that was amazing that it's still in existence today. And now I'm old enough to take the classes myself.
Now you qualify.
And I'm taking them, I'm qualified now. And we just had commencement, and I always get to shake students' hands at commencement. I shook about 1,000 students' hands at commencement, and the students some graduated, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and some just seemed to be just average students, and they were so interesting to see so many different ages. The youngest student was 15, the oldest student graduating was 80. So I see how it changes lives. I see how these students come in, and sometimes they didn't get into the school of their dreams. They said, oh, I'm going to take classes at Saddleback. But then with all the help we give the students with the small classes and the really caring teachers, they graduate and they go on to law school and medical school, and they get in the top colleges all over the country.
Listen, I'm a great believer. I went to Saddleback College before I went to Cal State Fullerton. I teach
great.
at Santa Ana College in my other part of the world. So
I taught at Santa Ana College. I taught biology at Santa Ana College, and I loved it. It was so much fun.
Well, the Emeritus program is that special kind of program where
Yeah.
it's kind of like lifelong learning, right?
Yeah.
And it's that opportunity to kind of for seniors to be able to jump in there. Why do you think it's so valuable for seniors to be able to
being a biologist, I know, and I've studied the brain, I've studied neuroscience, and I know that to have your brain grow, the neurons and the dendrites and all the neurons in your brain, you have to do certain things. And one of them is exercise is very important. One of them is keep your brain active, learning things. Another one is being social, being among people. Another one's get enough sleep, eat well. All those things are so important. And we do so many in the Emeritus Institute. We give students aerobic exercise for exercise. We give students highly academic classes for their brains. We bring them together, whether it's asynchronous or synchronous or in person, so they actually are with other people.
Right.
And we keep people alive and doing well. The most important thing, functioning and being able to take care of themselves, which saves taxpayers money in the long run.
Absolutely. And when we talk about community college, there's community around classroom and people in those interactions, and friendships can be formed too, right?
Yeah. I'm making friendships with the people in my classes. And in my art class yesterday morning, I was sitting next to this lady, and I didn't know much about her. And I suddenly found out, I told her I was on the board of trustees, and she said she was superintendent of schools for some of the K-12 districts. So there's so many brilliant people in Laguna Woods, and this is a way they can get together and know each other and also improve their brains and improve their health and be vital and grow older gracefully, which is what we all need to do.
Right. And the great thing about emeritus classes is a lot of them are taught right here in the village. You don't have to go to the campuses of Irvine or Saddleback to be able to access the opportunities, right?
Yeah. And the emeritus classes, there's only like one or two taught at the campus. And when they're taught at Saddleback, you have to pay the health fee and parking, But here, the classes are 100% free. And so they're embedded in the community, and because Laguna Woods has about 20,000 residents, we have a number of classes to serve our residents. Community colleges mean serving our community. So we have the Emeritus Institute for older adults, we have college for kids, for young kids, and we have our wonderful colleges for all the other students that really benefit from it.
What got you interested in serving on for the district in the first place those many years ago?
Well, I actually had a master's degree in biology, and I was a research biologist at the Cleveland Clinic doing orthopedic surgery research. And anyway, so I had moved to Southern California, and I had 3 young sons, and I started taking classes at Saddleback College, and I had my sons in the preschool.
Oh, okay.
And the kids loved it. They loved going to college with their mom, and it was a wonderful preschool. It still is. It serves our students and our staff well if they have young children, and they know their kids are right there. and the classes were just top notch. And I just fell in love with the college, and I decided I wanted to run for the board to help the colleges. And that,
Keep
and
it
that
going.
was it. Yeah, keep it going. And then I got my AA degree at the Saddleback College, because I'm kind of very goal oriented. And rather than just take classes, I decided to go for an AA degree. So I got my AA degree after I got my master's degree. So that
And
was.
what'd you get your AA degree in?
It was in Spanish.
It was in Spanish?
Yeah. So I do speak Spanish now, which is helpful
That's
in this
fabulous.
community. It's really great. Yeah, it's really
Absolutely
really
fabulous.
good.
And isn't that the kind of the thing that you want everybody else to understand? Is like, you may have gone one track in your life, but that's what Saddleback College and community colleges in general in Irvine Valley can do. They can, if you have an interest, I've always wanted to try, then go for it.
Yeah.
Right? Jump in there.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I took ceramics for the first time and did some building of pots, and that was so fascinating. I've never done that before. Before I ran for the Board of Trustees, I took argumentation and debate, swimming at Saddleback College, and in an art class. So I loved it. And when I ran for the Board of Trustees, I always said that argumentation and debate class helped me win that election. Because when I debated my opponents, I really won those. I won those debates.
It's a little cheat code you had there.
I know. Well, I think I won that. I don't know what the public thinks. Well, I did win the election, so that meant something.
Absolutely. How important is it to have a community college where, like you said, somebody might not have got into their dream school, or somebody just had never had the opportunity to go to college at a 4-year kind of level, well, maybe they don't have the grades, that kind of thing, to have that entry-level opportunity to say, I'm going to turn my life around here at this college level, and then maybe transfer to a 4-year or get a certificate in something.
Yeah, and we have, in our colleges, we have top-notch colleges. They're ranked in the top 200 colleges in the country. In the Aspen Institute, which is like an incredible metric, and the top 10 colleges in the country, and the #1 college in Orange County in so many metrics. And when the students come here at both of our colleges, they get instructors that really care. And we have all kinds of programs to help them succeed. And, I see, I was a volunteer science advisor for the Saddleback College Mars Rover team for a number of years. And it had to be all volunteer because, as a trustee, I'm not allowed to work at the college, which is right. It's okay. That would not be okay. So I see these students, that are so great that our Mars Rover team was the only community college that got into the competition, which was held in Hanksville, Utah. And I traveled to Hanksville, Utah with the students in the students' van for the competition, and we beat out like the Cornell and Stanford and Ivy League schools. We did fabulous, and I see these students just rise to the occasion. They transferred to Berkeley, to Stanford, to Harvard. We have a wonderful veterans program, and the veterans program is incredible in getting these veterans into Ivy League schools.
Right.
So and many of the students said they felt they were failures when they came. They didn't get into the college of their dreams. But then at the end, they're transferring to these top schools, and they say, that was the best thing that ever happened to me, going to Saddleback College or Irvine Valley, which is also a wonderful college.
Yeah, and talk a little bit more about that, because I think some people think the academic standards at a community college aren't the same as a 4-year school, but that's not the case at all.
No, our classes are very, very rigorous. As a matter of fact, when our students transfer to UCI, University of California, Irvine, they get a higher GPA than the native students there. And many of the students say when they transfer to UCLA or Berkeley or any of these schools that it was more rigorous at Saddleback College than at the universities. We also get students that start at the universities and find out with the enormous classes of 1,000 people in the class, they just can't make it, and they drop out and they go back to
huge let
Saddleback.
classes, 200 people in there, and there's no connection.
Yeah, my son went to UC Santa Barbara after he went to Saddleback. There were like 1,000 people. He loved it, but he said that's the only time in his life he could afford living on the ocean. So that's why he picked Santa Barbara. But anyway, he really loved. He missed the small classes at Saddleback College and the individual attention that you get, and the programs to help you succeed. The tutoring programs that are free for the students. So I mean, we really do change lives.
It's
And
a little bit.
wonderful.
Listen, I started there at KSBR radio station,
Oh, yeah,
and I
that's
started
great.
doing the radio and started doing the news, and that's honestly launched me into my career and my pathway to where, here I am today.
That's what. So they're one great, wonderful success from Saddleback College. It's one success at a time. So it's great. When I was shaking the students' hands at commencement, I'm thinking, every single one of these students, 1,000 students I shook hands with, have succeeded because of Saddleback College, and they're now they're going on to becoming nurses, becoming chefs, becoming auto mechanics, transferring to top schools in the nation, and we did it because of the college, and I just feel so proud.
Well, summer sessions is going on right now through July 25th. Fall registration is open right now, and classes begin August 17th. And spring semester, they're accepting applications starting on July 31st. Emeritus classes can be taken right here for free in the village. Thank you, Michelle, for coming in. Marsha, rather. Thank you for coming in today.
No,
we
thanks
appreciate
so much
it.
for having me, because these emeritus classes are free, they're fabulous, and we're changing the registration. We don't register students for our college. It's a statewide registration.
Mm-hmm.
So when they try to register for community colleges, they're registering statewide, and we're working on changing that system so it's easier to register, because it's a little bit complicated now. You could
right.
go into the emeritus office and they'll help you. Go to Saddleback College. I'll help you if you need to help. But anyway, we're making it easier now.
All right, more to come on that note. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
For some places, care is a service. At Heritage Point, it's a commitment. Located in Mission Viejo, Heritage Point offers an environment where residents feel known. This is where community thrives. Visit our website or give us a call to schedule your visit today.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk Saturday movie, and we got a good one for you. It's interesting. A Great Awakening came out just this year. It's brought to us by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. In one of the most defining moments in American history is the story of an unlikely friendship between the Reverend George Whitefield and Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers, as we get closer to the 4th of July. So that sounds like a very interesting movie. I haven't seen that one, but it sounds like a good one. Going to be at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., so make sure you stay tuned for that one. All right, quick recap of our weather, and if you're not going to watch the movie, get outside. It's beautiful temperatures, beautiful weather out there today. We're going to be in the 72 area for today. Once the clouds clear out in the morning, we're going to have mostly sunny skies for the rest of the day, and that's going to be our pattern, really. Low 70s for the next foreseeable future here for the 5 days, and with clouds in the morning, sunny skies in the afternoon, just like we planned for it. That's June gloom in a nutshell. All right, folks, Monday on the program, we're going to be welcoming Root Cause Wellness Center. Is going to be in here talking about how you can be healthy and reset your mind, as well as community bridge builders are joining forces with the India Club. We'll tell you what they have planned when we get back on Monday. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.